snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Hey guys, welcome to Vlogmas Day. So we're gonna do our Q&A. We had some really good questions and we want to kind of go through some of the ones that we did pick. And yeah, so we're gonna start with a light and airy one, and then I know there's some like
light
deeper
and airy.
ones. Yeah. Okay. Darian and Justin asked, what's the most embarrassing moment either of you can remember from when you were dating? So
Do you have one?
I don't really think I have one like together. But I have one of my own
But
life.
when we're dating, it's supposed to be us.
I know, but I don't know if I have anything.
You chose a question you don't even have an answer for.
I have an answer that I think you guys will enjoy.
She has an answer that doesn't involve me.
Okay, I'll just say my most embarrassing moment like of my entire life, okay? So when I was 18, I worked in the mall and I worked at a lingerie store, and so sometimes I say things and I immediately regret saying it, and I'm just like, what came over me in that moment? I have no idea. So this was one of those times. So this woman came up to me and she was holding a few items, right? She came up to me and I was like thinking she wanted a change room, because she did. And so I looked at her dead straight and I said, I can't even. I said, I can't, Caleb. You want to try those bad boys on?
I think you told me that, but I forgot it.
So
That's so
bad. I could not. It's the second it left my mouth, I was like,
You're like, no.
Because it was lingerie. Those bad boys. Oh, it was so bad.
You want to try those bad boys on?
I've never forgotten that one.
That's embarrassing.
Lydiana asks, what is the biggest difference between you two? I want to see what you have to say.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
It's the biggest difference between us. Oh, there's just so many. All good things, all good things.
Better, worse, cuter, uglier.
Oh.
Oh! What? I'm kidding. What do you have to
Ayla's
say?
always right.
That is the biggest difference.
It's true though.
He'll doubt me. Like in the moment I'll say something and he will doubt me. He'll straight up like think I am wrong, and then 10 seconds later it's like, Caleb, there's the proof right there. And he's like, oh. And every time, but you still don't listen.
And every time I go, oh, I always forget you're just too smart. You're so smart.
I think the biggest difference between us is like how we handle emotions, I think. Like I am very wear it on my sleeve, feel how I feel, let it all out, need to feel it, everything. And Caleb's very like, he's very centered and not a lot affects him emotionally in the way that it does me. Like for me, it's like all the little things add up, and for him, he usually can brush those off, and it's just like the big things. And even then, you don't always let it affect you until it like is like right in your face. Bam.
Bam.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I just have a hard time showing the emotions that I feel, so they are there. They're just not you can't see them from an outsider's perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. And it has, to be honest, it has caused some troubles with us sometimes, like some arguments or some like misunderstandings, because it is tricky being on such different ends of the scale and trying to understand each other. And so it's taken a long time to realize, like I have to realize like that's how he is. And sometimes it's unrealistic to expect him to be a certain way or expect him to be on my level, because I know him and I know how he is. So a couple questions. I'm gonna read this one from Sophie, and then I'll read another one because they're kind of related. She says, you guys are an extremely cute couple. Thank you. What do you think is the key to your success as a couple? And then going on to another question from Asil, I think is how you pronounce it. She says, something I always wonder is how you guys keep your marriage so strong through everything. How do you guys comfort each other and not let outside factors affect your relationship? She said, also, Caleb always seems so happy and positive. How does he do it? So I think the answer to that is just similar to what we were just saying, is the way he handles emotions. And he's just like a very like fun-loving, goofy personality, and that's like it's almost like his determination in life is to make you laugh. That's like, tell me if you disagree, but I feel like in every setting, he's always like, he wants to be that person to make you laugh. So he's, I don't know, he's good at that, at being happy and at providing happiness for other people and like making the environment more positive.
Fun and relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just nice to have it be casual and not so like uptight.
Yeah, whereas I can be quite serious.
Yeah, Ayla's
I can be
serious.
so goofy though.
Yeah, Ayla can be very goofy and very serious.
I have my sides.
I'm the type of person that, like, obviously I gauge the situation and who I'm around to make sure what I do say is appropriate.
Yeah.
But I do like to have a good time and just make it fun, and the atmosphere just really just like including everyone.
Yeah. So as for marriage, I believe that we have a strong marriage. That doesn't mean it's perfect. Like, in no way does that mean that we don't have our own issues, we don't have our own arguments. Like, that's not the case. It's strong because I think that we understand each other, we communicate with each other, and we have a deep love for each other that is, you know, kind of like that foundation for us. I don't know how we do it. How do we do it?
How do we do it? That is the $100 million question, isn't it?
We're just so honest. Like,
yeah,
I have never once kept something from you. Like, it's just when I think it, I say it, and like, we just are who we are, and we accept who we are together. And as you guys know from our journey, that there's a lot of negative stuff that has happened in our lives. And so being able to understand and accept each other is really crucial, I think, for that. Because you never want to feel like you can't rely on someone or that you can't talk to them about what you're going through. So that's the biggest factor, is just like, we are each other's source of everything. We're each other's source of happiness, of like comfort, of, you know, ways to feel grounded, of silliness, of fun, of laughter. And that's another thing, like, we take time and we purposely have fun together.
Yeah.
And laugh and try to enjoy life, you know, together. Do you have anything else to add?
I think that the biggest thing too is we think about one another and think of how things will affect one another, and just take each other's feelings and needs and wants into consideration in what we do, so that we are able to not make it more difficult on one another. Right.
There's no need to add to the pain or stress. Like,
yeah, we have it hard enough.
We're here to lift each other up, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to be like empathetic towards each other.
This one's, I debated whether or not to answer it, because I'm kind of honestly afraid to answer it because it's been really heavy on my heart a lot lately. But, you know, I'm gonna do it anyway. So Jennifer asks, there have recently been what feels like a lot of YouTube pregnancy announcements, several which came from vloggers I watch regularly. I've had to temporarily take breaks from the channels till the newness of their announcement wears off. And so she describes that a bit more, and she says, have you ever experienced this type of response to fellow YouTubers? Yes, and I am in agreement with you, girl. Like, that's part of why my heart has been so heavy the last like month, 2 months. Like, it's just been hard. Because we live on the internet for so much of our lives, like, it's impossible to stay away from those. And it's very conflicting. I've talked about this before, that it's conflicting because you're excited for the person, but you're so sad for yourself, and you have like this weird feeling of like, why can't I just be fully happy for them? Why do I have to be selfish? But like, it's just really confusing. And so I have definitely been experiencing that, especially a lot lately. They're hard, like, honestly, like, I could name probably 10 different fellow YouTubers out there right now that have recently announced they're pregnant or whatever it be. And so it is wearing on me. And I don't know if I have any advice for you right now, because I don't know how to deal with it myself. I think that I'm just trying to just push on and try my best to not let it bother me, but at the same time, like if I'm having a hard day, like just, you know, accept that that's a tough day and try to see if we can do better the next day. But I think it's fair that if you need to take a break, then I think that's okay. I think as long as you're doing it in a not malicious way, as long as you're taking that break because it's something you need to do for yourself, then that's okay. You always need to put yourself first because you are the person that you have to live with every single day of your life, and so you need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Wit in Real Life asks, what are some of your guys' New Year's resolutions, if you do them, and do you guys have any fun trips planned for next year? So I don't think we like necessarily do New Year's resolutions, like we don't sit down or like plan them out or anything, but I think it's any opportunity to make a goal for yourself is always good. So do you have any?
I mean, I wasn't expecting to have the year end so soon.
It just kind of happened.
I'm like, just, you know, trying to take it one day at a time. And so getting thoughts in my head right now about what I want to do coming up in the new year, it's so hard.
I know.
But I feel, no.
Okay, go then, sir.
I just feel like I really want to focus more on doing what we love, and that would be making videos and doing photography, and I think just improving on the skills in both of those areas would be really huge. Like every year, I think as we continue to do this and we make videos for our own channel here and we get clients in our business, that we're improving every time, and it's just something that I want to get even better at and learn even more of and try some new stuff.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Cool.
And then also just like with eating plant-based, like just to continue kind of how we're doing it, I'm happy with the sort of balance that we're on right now, and I think that that's good to move forward into the new year. And then just working on ourselves, our, you know, mental health, our positivity, our hope, our infertility journey, all of it. So yeah, I guess we got a few resolutions.
There you go.
Yeah, so I think that's all the questions we have for today. We dived pretty deep into some of them, so I hope you really enjoyed it. Sorry for Caleb, he's sick, so that's why he's so quiet and not his usual crazy, silly self, but hopefully you'll be back soon.
I'm just trying to get ready for Christmas.
Yeah.
Got worn out, got sick, it happens.
Yes, oh, it's been a hard month, honestly. This month has been hard.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've got some boxes checked off and we're on our way to like some actual hangout time.
Got some time off soon.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. Oh, and we didn't answer the second part of the question, which is trips, but we don't really have anything planned at this point.
No, not yet, no. It would be fun, but
maybe something closer to the summer.
Oh, you should surprise me on a trip one time.
Okay, I'm cutting off the video.
So thank you guys for watching. We appreciate all your questions, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.